So, there is this one video that recently caught my attention a little bit ago, and that was Why Nigahiga Quit YouTube! By SunnyV2. I remember seeing a video or two from a while back, so I've heard of him before, but then this video just came across in my feed. I was like, oh, that's something I'm pretty interested in watching. Maybe record my reaction for it to see how it is. Because funny thing is, of course, for those who are YouTubers and know some of those YouTubers from back in the day, Nigahiga was definitely one of the best, and he's in my top 5 favorite YouTubers of all time. The man was always hilarious in my opinion. Always found a way to make me laugh in any one of his videos. Biggest examples being his How to Be videos, his How to Be Ninja, and of course the remake, basically How to Be Ninja 2.0, which was great. And I love the callbacks too. Oh man, those were good times. Good times indeed. Man, but now, man hasn't been around in forever though, so now we're gonna see an explanation by SunnyV2 and see why that is the case. So I'm gonna shut up and watch the video. Reaction time.
Nigahiga hasn't uploaded a video since April 2020.
Yeah, since when COVID
so we're going
struck
to provide
first.
a full-length explanation for his disappearance, which can only be understood if you first realize that the channel included another person by the name of Sean Fujiyoshi.
Sean was there since day one.
Content, namely How to Be Emo, How to Be Gangster, and How to Be Ninja.
Again, his most famous videos of all time, and by far I still say it's probably the most hilarious too.
With these 3 videos acting as a foundation for Nigahiga to become YouTube's most subscribed channel for 677 days between August 2009 and June
2009 to 2011.
Although
back then when it was between him, Smosh, and Fred, and then Ray William Johnson ended up somewhere in the mix later on, so it's fucking, man. Good times, man, good times.
So this would also be the point at which Ryan showed early signs that the channel might not last forever, coming specifically during his celebration of 5 million subscribers.
Oh man, 5 million, I remember that video. Dude, that video was so wholesome and heartwarming.
Ryan stated that producing each skit was significantly more difficult than his audience might realize, which was followed by him comedically showing his production company, which featured him as the writer, filmer, magician, and editor, perhaps...
Dude, I tell you right now, being a one-man team ain't easy. It is not. For those who know and do everything by themselves when it comes to editing, doing all this stuff, it is not easy. Like for me, I have to edit all these videos by myself and do everything for my channels by myself, which ain't easy either. Editing, uploading, creating some content, thinking of what to react, scheduling things, and fucking trying to come up with new things to update for the channel at least. I just recently updated my Let's Play channel banner to make it look better. That took me a little bit just to figure out. Hell, sometimes editing these videos can take a minute. Reaction videos, not so much if I were just to do some minor editing and everything, or just do some minor cutscenes. Just rendering takes forever, which is the only thing. Thankfully, I fixed that part for the time being. So some of my videos render a lot more faster. The ones that are hardest to edit for me are of course my Smash Bros videos. My montages and smashing with the homies. Oh man. But the smashing with the homies ones, they can take a long time. Depending if my Sony Vegas chooses not to crash on me every 5 minutes or so. Which started happening for some reason after I got my new Elgato last year, but that's the reason it takes me forever to upload those now, because editing can sometimes take a minute and just keeps crashing like every 5 minutes. We have to go through at least 2 hours of footage or so just to get those, just to go through them and edit it for the sessions. So that's my explanation. So I completely understand that it can be difficult being a one-man team. Just saying. Just saying. So those who know, yeah. But like I said, reaction videos, not so much editing. Other stuff, it can take a minute.
Implying that he was overwhelmed by the workload. To fix this problem, Ryan created the Ryan Higa Production Company, or the RHPC for short, which on top of Sean introduced another 5 people to help out with the channel. However, while this reduced the workload per person, it increased the scale and complexity of the business, which wasn't the only thing making Ryan's life difficult. At a later date, Ryan explained that he'd hit a point where he was too famous to live a normal life.
With that amount of people watching, there's always bound to be some sick people. Like Once I moved away, people came and spray painted Tihi on my parents' house while we were in it.
Damn!
That's the scary part. People tried to come up to my other house and they tried to come to my windows and take pictures of us through the windows. Stuff like that, it makes you think a lot. You do have to live with it.
Which would be the first
and wouldn't be the first, he wouldn't be the only YouTuber to go for that stuff, unfortunately. That happened to Zoella, that happened to Jenna Marbles. I forgot which other YouTubers are happening. Oh yeah, I think it happened to Deji, Comedy Shorts Gamer. I don't even know if he still goes by that now. I don't think he does. But he went for that. I don't know. I can't think of many other YouTubers that went for that. One example for me, I mean, not for me, when I ran into YouTubers like out in public, hey, I ran into Master Media, who's an anime channel, was like about 2 million subscribers. Like, oh, hey, what's up? I know you. And I just chat with him for like a minute or two, and that was about it. I just talked about how I know him and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I didn't want to bother him for so long. I just was like, yeah, I know you're YouTube. Oh, you, that's cool. I'm meeting you. I don't think it to me another big YouTuber, so that's what I'm saying. Took a selfie with him. That was about it. Went about it. Don't want to try to bother YouTubers like that too much, I try to respect them. I'm just like, hey, yo, I know you, and I'm a little bit of a fan. See, you big YouTubers, so that's how I try to go about it. As I got older, so I completely understand. But man, it sucks what some of the big YouTubers would have to go for that some type of stuff.
Example of many to come, where Ryan would express the downside of being a famous YouTuber. Despite this, he and his team continue to pump out skits for the channel, although Ryan made it obvious that he already thought his best days were in the past. For example, in May 2017, he uploaded a video titled Life of a YouTuber, in which Ryan outlined the different stages that every creator goes through, with stage 5 implying that he was no longer enjoying making the videos. Ryan would go on to explain that the final stage in a YouTuber's career.
Some of these are actually pretty accurate. If you've seen how some YouTubers are going down, it's true.
Was to write a book, and the point of the video in the first place was to announce that he'd written a book.
Writing a book is a very important stage in a YouTuber's career. It means that I am in one of the final stages of my YouTube career.
However,
and he was.
While these hints seem to imply that Ryan was about to retire from YouTube, the uploads didn't slow down and continued full steam ahead for well over a year.
Yeah, it was a slow process though. A slow process.
When Nigahiga uploaded a video simply titled Goodbye Sean. As suggested by the title, Sean announced that he was leaving RHPC as he landed a job in the engineering sector and was moving to a different state altogether.
Yeah, that was so sad seeing Sean go. Man was there since day one, and then he had to go and leave. I was like, damn, that's one of the saddest moments in YouTube history. Maybe, but still, it was very sad. Seeing that go down in YouTube history for Nigahiga and just for us fans in general.
I'll be moving to California with my girlfriend, and yeah, this might be it.
And while many of the comments implied that this would have a major impact on the channel's future, nobody could have predicted the impact that it would have on Ryan himself. Sean's departure seemed to suggest to Ryan that perhaps it was time to move away from these silly YouTube skits and pursue something a little more age appropriate. His childhood friend, who was a year younger than him, was making big life changes, while Ryan was stuck doing the exact same thing that he had been for the last 10 years.
I did the same thing every day for years. If you do it for a while, you kind of get to the same place, I think.
At a minimum, it seemed to suggest to Ryan that there was better opportunities outside of YouTube, because as highlighted by this comment, the channel was never the same since Sean left. Only 6 years after Sean announced that he was leaving, Ryan would upload a new video titled If I Quit YouTube, in which he began by stating that he was bored of making videos.
Over the past year, I really have been considering quitting YouTube. It's not that I don't want to do YouTube, but I just wasn't having fun making YouTube videos anymore.
And as a result,
I mean, he hinted at that before.
There's gonna be changes on this channel, and I know that a lot of you praise me and respect me for not changing my content over the years, but this is
that's what we loved you for.
Ryan expanded on this in a later live stream, during which he implied that he was no longer challenged by the skits he was making.
There's nothing that I really feel like, oh, this is going to be different if I do it. It would have to be something more challenging.
Before going on to state that he had even grown tired with the sound of his own voice.
Watching yourself over and over and over and listening to yourself, it actually...
that's a true thing. Most people can actually get pretty annoyed by that from hearing themselves when they're listening. I've heard it before. Sometimes I feel like, oh man, why do I really talk like this? This sucks. I expect better from myself. And some people be thinking like that too. It's like, they don't want to be hearing themselves like that.
Used to make me mad. It's a weird thing to understand until you do it over and over and over. But I would literally be like, in my head, I'd be like, shut up, dude. shut up, because you hear and see the same shit over and over and over. It was like frustrating because I would self-critique too much.
Having lost the love for his original type of content, Ryan made a quick migration to a podcasting series named Off the Pill, stating that the series was the only alternative to quitting altogether.
In the podcast, everyone said don't put it on your channel, but I was just like so over it at that point. Make what I want to make, or essentially quit.
In a different video, Ryan promised to continue uploading skits in between each podcast episode, and while he would abide by this promise in the beginning,
he did a little bit.
The podcast eventually became the dominant type of content on the channel, presumably because it was significantly easier to make. In late 2019, Nigahiga uploaded 13 podcasts in a row without any other type of video, prompting an upload titled Why I Haven't Been Posting, in which he'd explained that his original type of content no longer suited the current YouTube meta.
I don't even know when
which sucked. The YouTube meta was changing a lot over the years.
Really just bitter, I guess, with how what YouTube had become.
Ryan then added in a live stream that he was almost never happy while making skits.
Can you see you're happy?
Damn!
I can't say that the whole time during my
No, that part I didn't know because I never watched his streams or anything. So some of that stuff is like, no, this stuff isn't new to me, but I knew at some point in time, usually people start becoming unhappy was, not doing the same stuff, but not like they used to.
Career was even in its peak, and that's probably when people thought I was the happiest.
Adding in an Anthony Padilla interview that he was always burnt out.
How have you prevented yourself from feeling YouTube burnout?
I didn't.
Oh.
I'll admit that I was burnt out for like years.
I feel ashamed I never saw this interview too. Oh, what have I been missing out on?
For implying on more than one occasion that becoming successful did almost nothing for his own personal fulfillment.
Finding fame and money doesn't bring happiness at all. But you don't really know until you really go through it.
Ryan then made it obvious that, as someone who made everybody laugh at the expense of his own mental health, he related to the life of Robin Williams.
The Robin Williams.
R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Most respected, famous, loved, and no one knows what you're going through. So how was his life better than the guy who's working a 9 to 5 right now and still has a family? That's a better life.
Before adding that becoming so successful in his 20s might have been a negative, as he didn't know what else to look forward to.
Damn, if this is my goal and I reach this goal and I'm still unhappy, then what am I doing? Like, what else is there?
It was obvious that Ryan was feeling a little lost, which began to reflect in the madness of his video uploads, as his channel became a mix of skits, podcasts, and advertisements for his new energy drink.
Guys, I released my own energy drink. Isn't this crazy?
This persisted until the 41st episode of Off the Pill, at which point Ryan disappeared altogether, before returning 3 months later by uploading a video titled My Midlife Crisis.
So this is definitely the longest break I've ever taken from not posting videos on this channel in my entire YouTube career.
Ryan began the video by explaining that he was going through a breakup.
I don't usually talk about relationship stuff here
Yeah,
on YouTube.
which was sad.
I'm no longer dating anyone. I'm not dating Mrs. Che anymore.
Before stating that he wanted to step back and figure out exactly what to do with his life.
The real reason why I had to take this break was because I needed to reflect on my own life. I'm freaking old, man. I mean, I just realized that I'm
we're all fucking old now, Jesus. It sucks, man. Sometimes it feels weird, man. I mean, behind him, he's aged pretty well for his age. I know that man's like at least 10 years older than me, so just saying. Oof.
going to be 30.
Instead, Ryan uploaded one final video on the 25th of April 2020.
Oh, he's 30, okay.
Silent.
So he's like
Over
9
Twitch,
years
Ryan
older
explained
than
that the pandemic made it almost impossible to film anything for YouTube.
I can't film with the team. I was already burnt out of YouTube. We didn't know how long it was going to last, the freaking lockdown and stuff.
And as a result, he'd become a full-time streamer, which he enjoyed significantly more.
But by that time, I already started liking streaming. I haven't felt that from anything YouTube related in a long time. Years.
Ryan went on to explain that this was the ideal scenario, as it meant he got to choose when the channel came to an end.
The only time it really did end is when I chose to stop posting during COVID. We could have kept going, I didn't want to. And I think to me, that was the best way to go out, on my own terms, versus like, oh, I can't do it, no one's watching.
And given his average viewership on Twitch of well over 1,000 people, his migration to the live streaming service might have been a good decision. Plus, this isn't to say that he isn't coming back.
Does that mean you're done with YouTube? Not necessarily. I mean, I still, like I said, there's been some days where I came really close to just like starting to film again.
When asked, will you go back?
And I'm saying this as of now, it's been like almost 4 years now since he uploaded here on YouTube. Crazy.
to YouTube, Ryan simply stated,
I don't know. I have had like more interest in doing creative stuff again.
Yet he'd need to take a significant break from Twitch in order to do so.
I would have to take a Twitch break for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to balance out between YouTube and Twitch. That is very true.
That in order to return, he'd need to find an idea that he felt extremely passionate about.
But it has to be something I really care about. I would have to enjoy doing everything by myself. You'd have to enjoy doing every process, and I don't enjoy doing all of it. I don't want to go and pull footage. You know, I've been through all that already.
And even then, he expressed concern about how any new video might perform given the channel's inactivity.
It would be lower because I've been so inactive. So based on the algorithm, the first video I upload would get...
I'll say it again. The algorithm here on YouTube is fucking trash. Fucking trash.
More views. The second one would probably get less.
Although just a few days ago, Sean Fujiyoshi uploaded an image to his Twitter showing that the entire RHPC gang were having a reunion, so there could be some new content just around the corner.
Yeah, that's still gonna be a while though, because looking at it now, since this was uploaded like 8 months ago, so and nothing's happened since last time I checked. Let me see. I don't see anything here now. Nothing that I had missed. Okay. So yeah, that's to the explanation as to why Nigahiga quit YouTube for about a long time now. It's been almost 4 years, which is crazy. Like, yeah, in about 2 months it's gonna hit his 4-year mark since he last uploaded on here. Oh man. Time definitely does fly, huh? Ah, man. It's very true though. It's hard to really stay active on YouTube. Especially with the algorithm. The algorithm, shit, it can fuck you over with views and how things can go for you, and if you will pop on people's feed. That's why a lot of people are still not a fan of this. That's why people are hoping for alternatives for YouTube. That's why people are going to Rumble and Odyssey. Yeah, which is, you know, Rumble's trying to be big now. You see a few people popping up there, but not many. Still got a long ways to go, but I got a Rumble too, which is connected to my YouTube, so any videos I upload here will also go to Rumble, so just saying. Anyone want to go to Rumble? Check it out. It's there too. Hopefully the algorithm there is much better for it is than it is for me on here. Just saying. But yeah. So for this, let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think he'll come back maybe this year? I think he might come back, make an appearance on YouTube, or make some sort of comeback briefly later this year. We'll have to wait and see. So if you like this video, if you like this reaction, comment down below in the comment section down below what you think, and tune in for more if I can stay consistent with my uploads. But yeah, for those who are watching, thank you for watching, and if you subscribe, you are awesome. And until next time, I'm out.